Today I'm sharing with you the diverse experiences of middle-aged individuals in the post-Greasy era. Let's listen together. Middle age's arrogance has aged. It's too early to give up. After 40, time feels like a relentless wolf chasing us. Each day is like a year, and everywhere we go, there's chaos, a frenzy of burning, killing, and looting, as if in wartime. Those once stable bellies from the past years have turned into pools of grease, impossible to wash off, like an irreversible balding and a continuous surrendering and resignation. We didn't know what aging was like before, but now we realize it spreads rapidly like ink in clear water. In this post-Greasy era of middle age, we're wielding habit and time as double-edged swords, gradually softening and surrendering our bodies and souls. We forget things easily, stepping out. We doubt if we've forgotten our keys or left the door unlocked, incessantly urging our children to check. Our cars parked in the morning are forgotten by the time we leave work, and we find ourselves carrying keys, like disoriented gamblers, sneaking glances at where our cars are parked, lit up in the night. Forgetfulness extends beyond these incidents. We solemnly promise friends to meet, only to forget after a nap, intoxicated by the slightest drink, bursting with sentiments and grandiose promises, only to wake up the next day with fragmented memories. We habitually pad our pockets for our phones, only to panic and tell our friends on the other end that we seem to have lost our phones. We get scolded for our absent-mindedness and realize we're conversing on the very device we thought was lost. These incidents of seeking a lost item we're already holding happen frequently. We stay up late for no reason, reminding ourselves we're too old for this, yet can't resist scrolling through our friends' updates on social media, fearing we might miss something. Even though we know there's no one waiting for us, we delay sleep, waiting for something we can't define. We become indifferent, no longer putting on airs in front of strangers, too lazy to exhibit ourselves, unwilling to make new friends or engage in superficial friendships. Without someone we wish to see, even boasting feels like a chore. Our circles shrink, avoiding introductions to those with whom we haven't shared experiences, while endlessly reminiscing with those we have. Every holiday carries inexplicable melancholy, despite our growing emphasis on rituals, the sacredness of which diminishes each year. We no longer dress to attract attention but prioritize comfort over style. We start liking vibrant colors, eager to mix and match even more boldly. Then we realize our aesthetic preferences are shaped by memories, just like the man from Gansu, who, despite wealth and exposure, remains a simple carpenter, unable to resist the allure of his hometown's millet porridge. Surrender isn't defeat but an aversion to hassle. Considering the hardships of starting over, people like Fan and Rue are content to let things be. Arguments with spouses in the past used to keep us awake, but now we criticize and reflect on ourselves until one concedes. My classmate, punished by his wife for coming home late after drinking, once climbed to the 5th-floor balcony with a basket of vegetables. In the dark, he tapped on the window, seeking forgiveness until the waves of sound continued. Over 40, his wife reciprocated the treatment, leaving him to register at a hotel. Later, I heard they parted ways quietly, tired of arguing. Fear of hassle leads to relying on experience rather than reading instructions. With only a fraction of our phone's features known, we store photos in folders, forgetting them like lost sons. We always feel time is short but lack the energy to do anything meaningful. We hoard things, intending to use them later, only to find thousands of files untouched when we finally check. We lament the decline of society, yearning for our youth when everything seemed better. We resist new trends, finding fault in young people's attire and music. At a restaurant, we can roughly guess the age of the patrons from the songs played. When the 70s hits come on, we know they're around our age, reminiscing about old times. We become emotional, crying at every song and feeling deeply touched by every word. We recall laughing at ourselves when younger at such displays of emotion, only to find ourselves sobbing at a traditional performance in our 40s. Middle age becomes a bridge crossing a river, a donkey treading ink, a flickering candle in the dark, and a flame burning in the hearth of winter. It's a boat sailing without a destination, frugally managing our resources, standing up to howl and sadness when needed, refusing to give in and embracing life fully. As middle-aged individuals, we buy replica clothes online only to realize they don't look as good as they did on the models. If we don't learn to uninstall unnecessary programs and free up space, we'll soon overload our memory, unable to function as effectively. Middle age is susceptible to arrogance, but it's not too late to change. Middle age is a stage where we must navigate through uncertainties, standing firm when necessary and adapting when needed. And with that, I conclude today's sharing.